All right, guys, we are live. Second half of today's podcast, Sunday, July 21st, 2024, MMAOB Daily Podcast. We are going to preview UFC 304, Edwards Muhammad 2, the rematch. Also, Aspinall Blades 2, the rematch. Some really good fights in this card. It's in Manchester at the Co-op Live. That's like this new arena in Manchester. It's a huge arena. I think it's the biggest indoor arena in Europe, right? I'm pretty sure. So it should be a great card, guys. The card's really good. It's full of European fighters, especially English fighters. I think on paper, Marcel, this card's like an 8 or a 9, I would say, right? Wouldn't you think so?
I think the main card is pretty good. I think the prelims is a little bit underwhelming.
That's fair, but the main card is ridiculous.
The main card is really good.
So good, yeah. It should be a good card. I think it's gonna play out really well. So we get some comments, guys, and we'll get into the breakdowns. Is it the greatest MMA event in history of UK? We have to see how it plays out, but on paper, it's very good. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Heavyweight belt might become America. We'll see. We'll talk about that fight in a second. We got some very good fights coming up. Do you guys think Tyler's get the next title shot or the winner of Mokaev Kape? I would say the winner of Mokaev Kape, but because they've been in the UFC longer, I think. But I mean, Tyler's very good too. I appreciate that, man. Any idea what happened to Mokaev Kape? They down the prelims. Yeah, it was weird though because they didn't talk about it. They didn't mention it. They could have just said, "Yeah, we're moving down this fight to the prelims." They just completely ignored it. And everyone started.
That's so annoying.
Stupid. They took him off because he's boring. I think the UFC's not. The matchmakers don't love the guy from what we've read. Mm-hmm. Locked in and watching. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Thanks, dude. I'm just. I'll look at it later. I'm just focused on this right now. But I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. Let's get into the preview, guys. I'll start it off, Marcel. I ask you again. I always ask you this: what you think of the card, and you do it like. And I mean, do you have pretty high hopes for this one?
Actually, it's pretty funny because I think the main card is pretty good, and the prelims are kind of la-la, but at the same time, now they move Mokaev Kape to the prelims, actually make the prelims better, you know what I mean? The main card is still good because Gregory Rodriguez against Christian Leroy Duncan is a fun fight. So, actually, they made the prelims better, and they didn't make the main card any less, I think. So, that's some fun fights. I really like the Loughran against Hadley fight. I think it's, listen, man, McCann, at 115, she's going to fight Brasil. Brasil is the girl who beat her girl Shauna Bannon last time, so there is some animosity. I think they're not really personal, but there's some revenge feelings, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, the early prelims, besides the Preston Parsons Oban Elliott one, I'm not really like, wow, But yeah.
Fair enough. So the bout orders are it's weird, but basically, like UFC Stats is not updated in this. However, ESPN MMA has it updated. Yeah. So we're going to use their order for this one because it's completely updated. UFC Stats website is they need to fix it. They got to get some guy that's going to do it faster. So all right, let's get into this card, Marcel. We'll start with the first fight, work our way down, guys. First fight of the card, light heavyweights. Modestas Bukauskas takes. Pardon?
You say we work our way down, we work our way up.
Work our way up. Yeah, you're right. Modestas Bukauskas takes on Marcin Prachnio, and the odds for this one: Modestas minus 155, plus 130 on Prachnio. I'll start on this one, Marcel. I actually have a dog. Ding, ding, ding. Ruff, ruff, ruff to open the card. I'm going to go with Prachnio here, man. I think both guys are kind of mid. I think they're both kind of the same level. And to me, like this fight could really go either way. But to me, like Prachnio, he lands more in his fights. Like he's an underrated striker, I think. He has a high positive striking differential, whereas there's a negative striking differential here for Bukauskas. I don't see the fight going to the ground at all. These guys are not grapplers. They don't want to go to the ground. I think Prachnio's the better fighter. It's just his chin is pretty bad. That's the biggest issue with this guy. But he hasn't been knocked out in 4 years, so he's doing something right. I think Prachnio just wins the striking battle here, man. I don't expect like a great fight by any means. That's why it's the first fight. But I think Modestas wins I think Marcin wins like a 29-28 decision. Modestas is very inconsistent. I know he can look good at times, but he's inconsistent. And also his chin isn't very good either, quite frankly. So yeah, I think there's the dog has good value here, to be honest with you, to kick off the card. I'm going with Prachnio. What do you think, man?
100% pick and fight in this one, in my opinion. I think this can go both ways. Modestas Bukauskas, he does okay, but if the competition gets better, he doesn't really get up as well. At the same time, Marcin Prachnio, he won against the guys I expected him to win against. The Clark one is pretty decent, I think. All the others, yeah. I mean, he got that win over Khalil Roundtree, which was an amazing one, but still he got the win. Well, Modestas lost against him. I feel like it's kind of 50-50, man. I feel more comfortable picking Modestas in this one, man. I'm going with the decision win for him. At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if Prachnio wins. You know, I know Prachnio is he trains and lives in the Netherlands.
Yeah, Chris was asking this. His corner speed.
Yeah, man. His coaches are Martin de Jong and I forgot the name of the Gökhan Gedik are his two coaches. You know, and he trains in the Netherlands at Deventer. At Tatsujin Dojo. He trains and lives in the Netherlands pretty much. I also think he trains in Indonesia because his coach, Martin de Jong, has also like a gym, I think, in Indonesia. He's just like me. He's how do you say that? He has East, how do you say that? Dutch East Indian heritage or whatever, Indonesian heritage.
Yeah,
he got just like me. So, nice. But I mean, like I said, 50-50 fight can go either way. Still feel more confident picking Modestas here, to be honest.
All right, fair enough. Couple comments here. Modestas fan from life coming out. The Kaluva injury was brutal. What's up, Drew? Yeah, taking the dog, Drew. Taking Modestas. Fair enough. Yeah. I think it's a close fight though. I feel like it goes to the scorecards. Probably.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Yeah, but I'd rather see the dog, honestly. Indonesia's great place. That's where Marcel's dad's from, I think.
Yeah.
Right? It's okay.
Yeah.
So we got the first fight of the night. We have a split pick on this one. I have a dog. I was hoping Marcel would have a consensus dog with me, but he's on the fence about it. All right, let's go to the next fight here. This fight is we don't have odds for this fight yet. I should mention this. So I looked and there's no odds. Shauna Bannon was supposed to fight Ravina Oliveira, right? I believe that was the fight. Oliveira was a slight favorite. Now Shauna Bannon is fighting Alice Ardelean. No odds. I guess, actually, you know what? It's nice when we don't have odds sometimes because we can just give our thoughts on the fight without being influenced by them. Not that, we would be too much because I think that Bannon will be favored here based on the fact that it's a full camp for her and Alice coming in super short notice. Alice never fought in the UFC. Alice Ardelean, I'll be honest, I wasn't too familiar. I'd seen some of her like posts on Instagram before, so I kind of knew who she was, right? Because she posted all these like funny faces and all this shit on. Yeah, so I watched. There's not a ton of tape that I saw, anyways. I looked on YouTube last night. There's a little bit, like she has fought some decent competition. She fought Weili Zhang. The fight's on YouTube, by the way, with Zhang, so you could see that fight. She gets destroyed. I mean, it was 8 years ago. Since then, she's won 6 straight fights, right? So 5 straight fights, plus some exhibition fights. She's looked decent, and like I said, she's fought some decent competition. Like she fought Belbita. This girl, Christina Stanchu, I think she was in the UFC at one point, right? Pretty sure she was. So she's fought a couple of UFC veterans. But really, I don't know. I think, like, overall, the level of competition is low. Like, look at the last couple of fights, guys. 0-3, 2-0, 0-1. And she's beating them, like, on the ground for the most part. Like, a little bit of striking, but mostly, like, with their ground game. And, again, I talk about this all the time. Like, on the regional scene, like, a lot of fighters are bad in the ground. So you can beat them on the ground. When you go to the UFC, like, even Shauna Bannon, I don't think she's great by any means. But I think her grappling should be enough to keep the standing on the feet. I think she's probably the better striker. So, I don't want to pick Shauna Bannon because I don't think she's that good, Marcel, but I have to lean her way. We don't have odds for this right now. I mean, the odds could change the pick theoretically, but I would think Shauna Bannon will be a slight favorite here, and I'll take her to win the decision. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I mean, Alice Ardelean hasn't really fought or win against good competition, in my opinion. Every good competition or decent one she pretty much lost to, although she's on a good streak. You look at Shauna Bannon. She had a close fight with Bruna Brasil last time. I think Bruna deservedly won that fight, but it was a close one. I see this going to a decision. I think Shauna Bannon wins, but I mean, it's like, no disrespect to any of the girls, but it's kind of like pretty low level UFC fight, I think, but I see Shauna Bannon. I think Shauna Bannon wins here. Plus, she like you said, man, she prepared for this fight. She had a full camp. I think she wins, man. I think Ravina Oliveira would have been a much more difficult fight for her.
I agree. By the way, was Alice supposed to fight in Contender Series? Do you know? Or
yeah, she was supposed to fight in Contender Series. So
that makes sense. Then maybe get her in here. But yeah, are the odds out? I don't see them true. I mean, I could be wrong. I didn't see odds.
Maybe
I don't know if she'll be plus 300, but
let me see if there are odds on X. Ardelean.
I don't see them anywhere. I looked. I mean, maybe there's somewhere out there, but I haven't seen them. I think he's just making that number up. I don't know if it might be that high. It might be. I think Shauna should be like a 2-1 favorite, but they might put her 4-1. It's possible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on Shauna Bannon at 4-1. If it was a pick'em fight, I would bet on her. I would say that I would bet on her a pick'em fight, but it won't be. She'll be a favorite. You'll have to lay juice on Shauna Bannon, and I wouldn't do that. Is Bannon only UFC because she's pretty? No, she fought an Invicta before. She has some experience. Listen, man, the women's divisions are not very deep, dude. Like they're not. They're looking for fighters, especially UK type fighters, or she's Irish, I guess, but. Yeah, I mean, they want fighters from that region, and yeah, it doesn't hurt that she's pretty. Like, it doesn't hurt. Mama B. She did fight her, Tristan. It's on YouTube. She gets pretty much destroyed in like a minute, I think. It was very quick when I watched her. But again, it was 8 years ago. The girl's improved since then, but, she was still losing her rematch to Zhang, obviously. No one likes Shauna Bannon here. No one likes her here, Marcel, in the chat. We're not Shauna Bannon.
I think because a lot of people feel like that she's in the, and I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard from a lot of people, that she's in the UFC because she's like Connor's, how do you say that, teammate,
Yeah. They go around too. Okay, I think if you watch the video, it might just be the round where she gets subbed in. I don't think it goes the full 2 rounds. I mean, I could be wrong. Let me double check it. But it's like I said, it's on YouTube. You can watch it yourself. Yeah, I think they might just show the round where she got subbed. I can't remember now. I watched it like really late last night. So I wanted to see what this girl's about. But yeah. Where's that sound? What is that?
I don't know.
It's like whistling or something.
Yeah, I hear it as well.
What the hell's going on? What are you doing back there?
Nothing.
Okay, that's weird. Anyways. Marcel, it's really annoying. What the fuck?
Yeah, I hear it as well. But
I don't think it's from here, man.
I don't do anything. I have my hands here.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, yeah, okay, buddy. All right. Stop tooting that horn behind her back with Shauna Bannon's pictures, dude. Knock it off. Just joking. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. We have Sam Patterson taking on Kiefer Crosbie, welterweight fight. Patterson, as you expect, the favorite, minus 360. Kiefer Crosbie plus 285. Yeah, I mean, Sam Patterson cruises here, I think. I really don't understand this fight. I mean, Kiefer Crosbie just lost by sub to Juice, and then Patterson is coming off a win over Johan Linus in Toronto. Actually, I was there for that fight. He pretty much destroyed Johan. I don't really understand the fight. Like, why would they do a guy who's coming off a win against a guy coming off a loss? It's weird. I think Patterson submits Crosbie. It's an easy pick. It's a square pick, but I'd be surprised if this guy lost. I'm pretty confident he wins. What do you think?
Yeah, with Kiefer Crosbie, I really have the feeling that he's in the UFC because he's
Connor's
guy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I also want Sam Patterson here, man. I think he finishes early as well.
I think this is one of the easier fights in the card to predict. Again, hopefully we're not overlooking this one, but I don't think so. I think this is an easy fight to predict, man. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Oban Elliott taking on Preston Parsons. And the odds for this are interesting. Parsons minus 155, Oban plus 130. So for the most part, on these Brit versus like foreigner type fights, it's usually the Brit that's favored. But in this fight, it's the opposite. You actually have the foreigner, Preston Parsons, the American favored. And I think it's right. I think Preston Parsons wins this fight. And I like his value here, guys. I got to be honest with you. I think he's a good bet here potentially. Parsons is a great wrestler. He has a high gas tank. He's very tough, very durable. Oban Elliott is a decent fighter, but to me, like nothing super special. And yeah, he did win his debut against Val Woodburn, but got dropped. Didn't look great for the most part, in my opinion. And even on the Contender Series, that fight he won against the Kape burrito guy, bro, he was getting destroyed, was he not? And then came back and won. It was a nice comeback, and he deserved a contract. But to me, this guy has a ton of flaws in his game. Obviously, makes sense in this card because he's Welsh, but I don't think he's that great. I think Parsons just like outpaces him and grinds him out and wins the decision. I like Parsons a lot in this fight. What do you think, man?
Yeah, I feel like Oban is really like, how do you say that? Really tough, the typical Welsh guy who is really tough, who keeps coming. But skill-wise, I think Parsons is better, Like I said last time when Parsons was fighting Samuelsberger, I was like, I picked Samuelsberger. At the same time, I was on the fence because I felt like Parsons could beat him. I think I said that back then, and Parsons did, Parsons has impressed me more so far in the UFC than Elliott did, although Elliott has only one fight and one Contender Series fight in the UFC. Now I'm also here on the Preston Parsons, man. I also think he wins. He might get a finish, but I'm going with a decision here.
There you go. All right. Go to the next fight here, guys. Keep working our way down. We got Mick Parkin taking on Lukasz Brzeski. I got the name proper, right? Marcel had pretty good at this one, though. Lukasz Brzeski. As we got to listen to that audio tape. Odds for this one, Parkin's favorite, minus 245, Brzeski plus 200. You know what? Like, I think this fight is going to be closer than the odds are saying. I think it's going to be like decision type fight that goes to 3 rounds, that the judges will get involved. I do think in England the judges will favor Mick Parkin. I'm leading his way. I'll take him for the pick. I don't think Brzeski's completely out of this fight, though. I mean, we saw in the last fight, like, the guy he's not horrible, guys. Like, he really isn't as bad as his record is. I know he's 1-3, but he really should have beaten Martin Buday. And imagine how different his career would have been if he won that fight. So, yeah, I mean, he's not amazing by any means, but I think he's going to make this fight competitive. So I'm going to pass on Parkin, but I'll pick him here because Mick's on a roll, more momentum and fighting at home. So I'll take him to win, but I just think it's a close fight. What do you think?
What does Lukasz say when he's in a restaurant and the salad is dry?
What?
Where's my Brzeski? But yeah, sorry, so bad. I'm also on Parkin on this one, man. This is also where a tailor-made matchup for Parkin, in my opinion.
Okay.
You know, yeah. I mean, Brzeski's not bad, you know, but we know Parkin is going to win the decision. Let's be honest, and it's going to be a sloppy heavyweight fight again, as always. And Parkin's going to win, and people are going to say, "Is Parkin the next big thing again?" Parkin wins decision.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to the comments. Boys had a few comments, but he said outside UFC heavyweights fights ending around 1, UFC's 50 minutes torture. Yeah, this fight might not be the greatest. All right, let's go to the next fight here. We got Caolan Loughran taking on Jake Hadley, filling in on short notice. My first question is, does Jake make weight? Like, is that 135 though? So
it's 135, right?
Yeah, he should. I mean, he is obviously usually a flyweight. That's something to keep in mind, though. I mean, he's going to move up in weight here. And, you know, Caolan is pretty tough, man. The odds for this one, by the way, they're out. They came out, I think, last night. Minus 195, Caolan, plus 155, Jake. I got to go with I have to go with Loughran in this one, too. I know Jake has more experience in the UFC. He's a pretty good fighter, honestly. But, again, he's going to move up in weight here. And Caolan's pretty tough, man. I mean, we've seen that in his first 2 fights. The Pacheco fight was, you know, pretty good performance. And then honestly, that Pacheco guy is so tough. Like, I think a lot of guys would have been knocked out by those strikes. And the Lapalus fight, I mean, he did lose, but Taylor Lapalus is good. So it's not a bad loss by any means. And then with Jake Hadley, yeah, he's been competitive in his fights. He's not bad at all. I think he's pretty good. But, again, moving up and waiting short notice, don't like that for him. So got to go with Caolan Loughran. I think he wins the decision. What do you think?
Yeah, man, I feel the same way, man. I think Loughran is going to win here. Full camp, 135. And I think he probably will. We will probably try to go for a takedown and be heavy on top. I don't see a finish. I think it will be a decision. But yeah, I feel the same way as you, man. I think Loughran wins here.
Yeah,
I have not much to add.
No worries. Kind of a gift. Which Gordon fight? Which one is he talking about? Jared Gordon, or who are you talking about? Am I thinking of someone else? I can't remember. Chris, who are you talking about? Let's go to the next fight here, though. All right. Throw it in the chat if you can. I can't remember what you're talking about. Next fight, Molly McCann taking on Bruna, Brasil. Odds for this one, McCann, minus 310, Brasil plus 250. I mean, the odds are pretty high. Minus 310. Jesus. Yeah, it's at straw weight. So Molly, you know, is better size in this weight class. She is coming off a really nice win over Dana Pizza. That was a nice win, but again, we'd see what happened before that. Molly's just, I don't know. I've never been high on her game, man, to be honest with you. They do usually give her easy fights to win at home for the most part, except for the Stoliarenko fight. But for the most part, she gets the job done at home. Brazil's been inconsistent UFC 1 and 2. She has like decent striking. She's just an okay fighter. I don't think she's anything special. I mean, minus 310 is pretty fucking high. Oh, he's talking about Malcolm Gordon. My bad. Thanks. Yeah, I forgot about Malcolm. He's already been cut. He's a guy from near me anyways. But yeah, I mean, Marcel, minus 310 is crazy. But she should win, right? I think Molly. I guess Molly by decision. What are you thinking?
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Molly, got to say, at 115, she looked pretty good last time. Although Belbita,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know, you know, but yeah, she looked pretty good last time, and I feel like she probably knows what Bruna has offers, you know, because like I said, her teammate and her friend Shauna Bannon fought Bruna Brasil last time, so she probably knows what to expect. I think Molly wins again, you know, and I wouldn't be surprised if she stops Bruna Brasil, to be honest. So I'm also like, listen, Molly, I like her a lot. She's a really nice person. A lot of people think she's annoying, but she's actually a really nice person, you know. But at the same time, I also don't rate her like top 15 or whatever, you know. I think she's like really crowd pleasing for the English fans, and I think she should do what they're doing with her. I think she wins against Brasil, man, to be honest. I think she finishes late, man. I think she wins by TKO in the third round, ground and pound.
She might finish her. I mean, I forgot that Dionisi Gomez finished this girl. Possible, right? I didn't know she was fighting her. I actually didn't realize that. So that's interesting. Bruna Brazil is much nicer to review. Tristan, Bruna swings the other way, my friend. So you don't have a chance with it, bro. So you know.
Did you saw that picture?
Molly, though, too.
Yeah, did you saw the picture Bruna posted? Like her, another lesbian, and Gilbert Burns. And she says, hey, 3 lesbians here.
Her girlfriend's like her coach or something, too.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Respect.
I don't think she'll like you, though, bro. Molly knocks her out, possibly. By the way, I want to get this comment. Dan Movahedi, I think that's the guy with the bald head, right? I'm pretty sure. Does not like Lane Prey, so that's interesting. This comment, I'm not even going to read it. It's funny. Maybe you got a chance.
It's like with Gloria DePaula, right?
Yeah, Natalia Silva. Oh, Natalia Alves. Okay, I don't know a ton about her, but I mean that camp's great. Although again, they did lose last night with Kanan and Kushetsky lost, right? But all right, let's get to the next fight here, guys. This is there's 2 more prelims actually now. This was originally the headliner of the prelims, but it's not now. By the way, we got Glenn in the chat. What's up, Glenn? Glad to have you here. Next, this fight is Nathaniel Wood against Daniel Pineda, and the odds for this one, I mean, Wood is big favorite here, -500, Pineda plus 380. Yeah, I mean, listen, Pineda's a warrior. He's been in the UFC forever. He's a guy that I enjoy watching a lot. He's always in fun fights, but like he's 39 next week or 2 weeks from now. Like he's really getting up there in age. Doesn't fight as often anymore. And Nathaniel Wood is still in his prime. He's 30, 31. I guess Nathaniel Wood's getting up there a little bit too, but way more consistent to me. Really tough, hard to finish. Good wrestler, fighting at home. I think Nathaniel Wood wins the decision here. That's what I think. What do you think, man?
Yeah, man. Pineda 100% finishing record still, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, he's a fun fighter to watch. You got Nathaniel Wood, who's fighting in the morning in England, so change your nickname for once to Nathaniel Morningwood, please. He won't. I'm also going with Wood here, man. I think Wood has more upside in this fight. I think he wins the decision. Pineda is tough to finish. And Wood is the kind of guy who likes to gets the fight ugly, and I mean with ugly, he got the cardio to do it, takedowns, pressuring, that kind of stuff. I think Wood wins the fight. Going with the decision win for Nathaniel Wood, I think will be a fun fight.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Chinny, a little bit. I mean, you get knocked out by what was the guy's name? John Dodson. Yeah. And Andre Fili dropped him. Okay, so he's been dropped twice in 10 UFC fights.
That's okay.
I don't know if I'd call him chinny, but yeah, I mean, he can be knocked out. I do think he kind of got screwed in the last one with Naimov because the guy kept grabbing the fence. So
yeah,
that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I mean, he's decent. He's fought good competition too. Again, I like Pineda a lot. He's fun to watch. And the guy who says he's going to bring hell in the first round, 100%. Right? But the problem is, again, he's getting up there in age, guys. He doesn't fight that often. And as the fight goes on, I think Wood, takes care of it. So, yeah, I think Wood wins the decision. The odds are pretty high, though, -500. Some of these odds are really fucking high, guys.
Yeah.
Like, kind of crazy. All right, go to the next fight here. All right, here's a fight that I like, too. And, I mean, this is a fun fight. There's a flyweight division, Muhammad Mokaev against Mokaev. Odds for this one. Odds for this. Mokaev -130, Kape +110. All right, I'm taking another underdog here, Marcel. I'm going with Manel Kape. I'm taking him to win. I think Manel Kape wins this fight. The reason why, Mokaev is super one-dimensional. He's just a grappler. He has no striking at all. And Kape has good takedown defense. Kape is very difficult to get down to the ground. And on the feet, I think Kape is the way more effective striker, way more power, way more active. If Mokaev had better striking, it would be, to me, a tougher pick. But for me, this is a dog pick all the way with Manel Kape winning a decision. I think he wins the decision. Mokaev finally loses a fight. Mokaev's kind of got lucky in some of these fights, guys. Like the Perez fight was super close. The Tim Elliott fight, he was losing and then pulled off a win in the third round. The Jafel Fio fight, same thing. Even the Malcolm Gordon fight wasn't that impressive. He relies on his takedowns. He's definitely good at taking guys down. He has a high takedown rate. We all know that. But again, Manel Kape, very, very good takedown defense. And I just don't see him getting taken down that often in this fight. Like, he might get taken down, but I think he'll get back up. I don't see Mokaev being able to hold him down. This is an easy dog pick for me. I'm taking the dog all the way, plus 110 dog. I'm taking Manel Kape. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, if I can go either way, I think Mokaev has enough baggage to get Kape to the ground. To be honest, man, I think at least the first 2 rounds are going to Mokaev, man, and maybe Kape can finish him late in the 3rd round, or can dominate and get the 10-8 round or whatever, because Mokaev fades normally around the 3rd round. Although he got the finish over Jeff Alfilio, right? But I think Kape is a different level. Mokaev decision for me, man, and I actually have no doubt, to be honest.
There you go. I mean, we have a completely different read in this fight then. So that's actually not a bad thing to have. We can't agree on every fight, but I like Kape a lot in this fight as a dog. Kape's still my sleeper to win the title in the division. The problem is, can he make weight? And this is what someone said. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I hope he makes weight. I hope the fight doesn't get canceled. I would suck if they get canceled. I think his takedown defense is really good, personally, But yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, let's go to the next fight here, guys. So that is it for the prelims. Now we move to the main card, which is pretty fucking stacked. And start off the card, we have Arnold Allen taking on Giga Chikadze. And the odds for this one, Arnold Allen minus 250, Chikadze plus 205. I think the odds are a little bit high, but I'm still taking Arnold Allen to win. I mean, I have to, right? I think he's the better overall MMA fighter. Arnold Allen is coming off. I know Dana White said the fight sucked for some reason with Evloya, but I think Dana was talking about the Chris Curtis and Barrio fight. Remember that, Marcel? He's like, this fight sucked. I don't think he was talking about that fight because I was there for that fight, guys. It was a good fight with Evloya. It was one of Evloya's better fights. Arnold Allen had some crazy takedown defense in that fight too. I know he ended up losing the decision, but I thought he looked good in defeat. Same with Max Holloway. He looked good in defeat. Before that, never lost. So he's coming off 2 straight losses, but to the 2 of the top 5 guys, and before that had been very much destroying everyone. Giga, obviously, really good striker. I still don't know how good his overall MMA game is. So if it's just on the feet, Arnold Allen could be in a little bit of trouble here, but I think Arnold Allen will mix it up. I think he'll get some takedowns here. And I think he'll make it an MMA fight, and I think he'll win decision. So I think it's going to be a really good fight that Arnold Allen wins. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm on Arnold Allen in this one, man. I think there is a gap level in this one, to be really honest. I think Arnold Allen is a much better grappler than Giga is. Obviously, Giga has those Giga kicks and it's good stand-up kickboxing. But I don't see him winning here, to be honest, man. I think if he wins here, he probably has to finish Arnold Allen. I think Allen has a better gas tank as well. I'm going with the decision win Arnold Allen in a pretty convincing one.
Fair enough. There you go. I think it's going to be somewhat close. True. I mean, I think he'll have to, though, True, because I just staying and training with Giga is not the greatest idea. So I think he'll mix it in, but he's not a pure wrestler, no doubt about that. This is a different matchup, so I think he'll have to take it down a little bit, like once or twice at least, just to cement the rounds. All right, he's training with Leon. That helps. All right, we'll go to the next fight here, guys. We have this is a new addition to the main card. Christian Leroy Duncan taking on Gregory Rodriguez. So this got flopped to the main card, and then they put Mokaev and Kape on the prelims. Duncan is a slight favorite here. Hold the odds up here. Minus 130, Rodriguez plus 110. I'm taking Christian Leroy Duncan to win by knockout. I think it'll be a fun fight, Marcel, for as long as it lasts. But and I love Gregory Rodriguez. Don't get me wrong, RoboCop's awesome, but I still think his chin is really bad, and I think it keeps it way too high in the air. And Leroy Duncan's one hell of a striker, man. I think he knocks him out, dude. I think this is a good fight for Leroy Duncan to win. I think there's a reason they put him on the main card. They want him to win by knockout. I think he's going to get the job done. He's a small favorite here. I think Christian Leroy Duncan wins by knockout first round. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it's a fucked up fight because I think that Gregory Rodriguez is a much more complete fighter than Christian Leroy Duncan. But at the same time, Christian Leroy Duncan can knock out his lights early, I think, Yeah. This feels to me like either Rodriguez uses his fight IQ and starts to grapple with Christian Leroy Duncan, or he goes toe-to-toe with him and he gets knocked out. And we know Rodriguez a little bit. He likes to be in fun fights. He likes to try to trade ladder with his opponent, He's going to do that here as well, and I think Duncan knocks him out as well. So I'm going to first round knockout for Christian Leroy Duncan here. At the same time, if Rodriguez goes back to his principles of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, uses that, he can win this fight. But it's just not in his blood to make it a boring fight. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. By the way, this is a good comment. Gio already beat Petrosian and CLU lost Petrosian. Yeah, I agree with that. You're not wrong. It's just the MMA math doesn't always work, right? So,
We'll see how that plays out in this fight. But I think Christian Lee Duncan, I think it's a good fight for him. I don't think Rodriguez will wrestle. I think he's going to strike and he gets KO'd.
Yeah.
And yeah, the odds are close, right? Let's go to the next fight here. We got King Green against Paddy Pimblett. So Bobby Green's changed his name, guys. It's official. It's King Green now. Just keep that in mind. King Green is favored here. King Green is minus 120, plus 100 on Paddy. So money's coming in on Paddy Pimblett. The odds, by the way, it's not really over his power. I just think Ray Rodriguez does not have a good chin, dude. I really don't. He's been knocked out a bunch. I don't think he's got a good chin. If you call him King, you're a cuck. I mean, it's on UFC stats. I'm just going by the official name.
It's the official name, yeah.
It's the official name now. You posted the thing, piece of paper. Anyways, the odds are coming down in this fight, though. Like, Bobby opened as a 2-1 favorite, guys, and tons of money's coming on Paddy Pimblett. So it's sketching me out. It sketched me out enough where I'm going to stay away from this fight. I'm still going to pick I'm still picking King Green. I'm going to pick him to win by decision. But I'm sketched out completely by the line movement. And also, like, I'm sketched out by the fact he's, an older fighter. I mean, he's not Bobby, King. It's so weird calling him this King.
Just say Green. Just say Green.
Okay, Green. Green is 38. He's 38 this year. I mean, he looked great against Jim Miller, though. I got to give him credit. Like, it's just some of these losses are so brutal, these knockouts. It's just Paddy doesn't have the knockout power. That's why I can't pick him. But I also feel like Paddy could win a robbery decision here in England. I also feel like that's possible. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to take Green, though. I think he's the better fighter. The age bothers me. The hometown cooking bothers me. The line movement scares me. So, I'm staying away from it. What do you think, man?
But who's going to carry the boat, son? What I think of this fight? Yeah, man. I mean, when this was announced, I was like, I have no idea how Paddy's going to win this fight, because I think striking, I think Bobby's better. Ground game, yeah, but Bobby's not easy to finish, man. It's not like you sub him in the first, even on the second, third round. So then Paddy has to win the decision. At the same time, I think Bobby can finish him. I think Green wins a clear decision. That's what I'm going for. So Green has to make sure that if he wins the decision, the rounds are clear. You know what I mean? It cannot be like a close fucking fight.
Flip type round. Yeah, I know. What you're saying.
Exactly.
That's why I'm scared. I'm scared of this one, man. I don't feel great about this. They call it hometown cooking. It's a shit US. You're right. It's gonna be Sal Diamato and Chris Lee. They're gonna give it to Paddy Pimblett by split decision, right? Probably. Yeah. Let's go to the next fight here, guys. We got Tom Aspinall taking on Curtis Blades rematch. So first fight I actually picked Curtis Blades. I can't remember. Did you pick Aspinall or Blades? I can't remember. Do you remember?
I think I picked also Blades, yeah.
Yeah, we might have both did. I know I picked him, and we got lucky, let's be honest.
Yeah, of course we got lucky.
Yeah, but anyways, the odds for this one, it's crazy because the first fight were pretty close odds, and now it's like 2 years later, man, like huge odds here, guys, on Aspinall. Minus 380, plus 300 on Curtis Blades. Obviously, I'm picking Aspinall. But the odds are really high. Go ahead.
For me, this is the actual belt, in my opinion. So.
I agree with you. I mean, come on. Obviously, I agree with you. But that fight just doesn't have to happen to Stipe and Jones. I don't care about it.
Sure.
Tom is a huge favorite here. Tom should win the fight. Tom's on a roll. Tom is the better fighter. He's the better striker. He's the better submission guy. Good grappling. I mean, Curtis is the better overall wrestler, I would say. But the thing is, Curtis is very chinny. I think Tom knocks him out. The odds are really high, though. It's heavyweight. Like, how if Curtis lands a big punch and then Tom goes down? It could happen. So that's the sketchy part about this. At the same time, though, I think Tom wins. But I think the way to go for this fight is to take Tom, like, by knockout. I think that's the way to go. Like, I don't think he submits. First of all, I mean, I'm 100% sure this fight doesn't go the distance. I'll say that right now. So, to me, it comes down to how does the fight end. I don't think Tom gets Blades down easily, and I don't think he submits him. So, it's going to be a knockout, right? Blades has been knocked out 4 times. That's the way he loses. I think the way to attack this fight is to go Tom by knockout. That's the way to bet this fight. Tom Aspinall by knockout. That's how I'm doing it. And we'll see what happens because I don't like the money line here. It's too high. But by knockout, it's minus 110 by knockout. I'm taking that. What do you think?
I think Blades improved his stand-up game, man, through the years. At the same time, I don't think he ever will be like a striker. His fights are still heavily grappling-based, in my opinion, with ground and pound. You saw he got easily handled by Almeida in the first round, man, with the grappling. Yeah. Only the second round, Almeida kind of guesses. I made a mistake, and Blades capitalized on it, which was good by him. I go with Tom, man. Tom is a guy who is like I remember when he was fighting Volkov, he actually said right before, like, I want to go slowly going into the top 15. And he beat Volkov, and he was in the top right away, you know. And to be really honest, I picked Pavlovich to win against him last time. Tom got hit pretty hard in the first round, but overcame that adversity and knocked out Pavlovich. And I think he's pretty well-rounded, you know. He's not just like a striker. He's pretty good on the ground as well. Is he as good on the ground as Blades? I don't think he is, you know, but I don't think he needs it in this one. I go with Tom. I think he knocks out Curtis Blades as well. I'm also going early in the fight.
There we go. All right, a couple comments. I missed this comment. Ty wins will gain respect. I think so. Asphalt Blades still wide. Yeah. Why hasn't it subbed since 2009? Yeah. So picking Blades, ask all the pressure on Tom. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. I don't think he wrestles either. I think he just goes for the knockout. Blades is a professional fumbler. Yeah, I mean, every time he stepped up in competition, he's lost for the most part. John just spoke Aspinall like how he did Garn. Would John get credited? Would you say Tom wasn't ready? We'd have to see. I mean, Tom's ready though. Like, so I think it would just be Jones once again being the GOAT, right? I hope we get to see that fight. It'd be good. You're gonna take a shot on Blades, eh? I mean, the odds are high. Like, it's a heavyweight fight. Usually, heavyweight title fights are not this heavy odds. So, yeah, I think he's got cardio after round one. And when he fought Arlovsky, he looked great. I think it was round two.
By the way, can I reply to Antoine, man? I don't think anybody would say Tom wasn't ready, man. I mean, if you look at who Tom beat so far in the UFC, I mean, it makes only sense to make him against John Jones, you know? And if John Jones wins that fight and he does it in an easy way or whatever, nobody will say Tom wasn't ready, I think, you know?
The Volkov Aspinall fight you're talking about, true? Yeah, I mean, Volkov's looked amazing since then. If Blades is able to put Tom in his back, this fight should get interesting. I agree. We're going to say Blades would try to survive and then grind Tom. Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to happen. I think Tom can get out of there quick. I really
you know what I really like with Tom is that he is like, he has a high IQ with fighting as well. Yeah. You know, he's not stupid. Yeah. He also said, like, if you put me against Alex Pereira, I shoot a takedown in the first 10 seconds. You know, he's not like, oh, I'm going to strike with him because I'm the better striker, you know, against the top level kickboxer. But he just says, what I want to hear, man, you know, use your fight IQ. So, yeah, I think Tom has a high fight IQ. I think Curtis Blades normally has a high fight IQ as well, although I don't think he showed it in the Pavlovich fight, for example, where he didn't want to take him down for some reason. But that's why I think Aspinall is pretty good, man, as well.
Fair enough. All right, we'll go to the main event here, guys. Finally got there. We got Bilal Muhammad and Leon Edwards, the rematch. First fight, no contest 3 years ago. Both guys have been lost since then. It's crazy. Like, they both have, like, basically the same record in MMA, which is pretty amazing.
Main and Coleman is actually fucking weird, the first fight, you know, from both.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. But, yeah, Aspinall, Edwards 22-3-1. Muhammad 23-3-1. They're like identical records. And, like, I think Leon's he's 14-2 in the UFC in one no contest, and Muhammad's 14-3 in one no contest. Like, it's like almost the same record. It's really crazy. So they both deserve this title fight. It should be. I think it's going to be a better fight than people think, because I think most people think this will be a boring type of decision fight. I do think it goes to decision, but I don't think it's going to be boring. I think it's going to be an intriguing fight. Anyways, the odds for this one: Leon Edwards -205, Bilal +170. I'm taking Leon Edwards by decision. I just that's the way he does it. Bilal's tough. Bilal's going to be competitive in this fight, but Leon's going to be the sharper striker. Leon's going to defend the takedowns. Fights in England gives Leon an edge on the scorecards, I think. I really do. Even Glenn saying the American judges, I still think the crowd will influence every shot that he lands. And I think Leon wins a decision. I think it's going to be like a 49-46, 48-47 type of decision, but I think he wins the fight. What do you think, man?
It will be a 49-46, but it will be for Bilal.
You're taking Bilal. You're taking
I'm taking
There we
Bilal
go.
here.
There we go.
The thing is, like, Bilal knows this is his only shot at getting the championship. You know, he's not getting a second one because obviously the UFC not really liking him because of his style. You know, they actually offered 3 other guys to Edwards to fight at 300, I think, and not even Bilal. You know, now he gets his chance. Also, take in mind that this card is in the morning in England. It's at 6 a.m. sometime, you know, or 7 a.m. And that's actually good for the American. That's normal American pay-per-view times, you know. It also, how do you say that, helps Bilal, I think. I think Bilal is a better grappler, in my opinion. I know a lot of people probably don't agree, but pure grappling, I think Bilal is better. I think Edwards is a better striker, obviously. I think Bilal takes him down, and I think, I think he wins 4 out of 5 rounds. And Tristan says, have you watched the first fight? Yeah, I did. And I know that Leon looked better in that fight, But both guys have evolved in their game, in my opinion, And the thing is, like, Leon knows if he loses here, he still will probably get a shot at the title. Bilal knows this is his only chance he gets at the title, because if he loses here, they're not going to give him another one, So... Yeah. I think everything comes together. I think it's a perfect moment for Bilal. I'm 100% on Bilal here, man.
There you go. So we have a dog pick in the main event from ourselves. So, got some comments here, guys. Shavkat should get the winner. Edwards by rare knockout. Maybe. We'll see. Bilal needs to. I agree with that. We'll be next to the Shavkat. Should be Shavkat. Leon's better fighter. I agree. Bilal, KO Brady shows he does have some power. It's up, John. Shock Bilal wins. Bilal isn't better than Usman. I agree with that. But Usman's also, a little bit past his prime too. Bilal's in his prime, I would say. Bilal can grapple Leon, but not Usman. Yeah. Well, the first fight, Usman grappled the shit out of Leon. Let's be honest. Bilal's. Oh, come on. Shavkat. I think Shavkat probably beats both guys too. I go Leon. Predicting this will be a worse main event. You think so? I think it's going to be better than that, Glenn. By the way, Glenn, are you going to go to the card? I'm guessing you aren't, but just have to ask. Edwards stop. That'd be interesting. If Leon loses or makes it boring, I'll hang myself in the town square. Don't do that. We don't want to lose you the podcast. Don't do that. If Bilal wins the year, it's going crazy. Agreed. I mean, Tristan, like, every fight's different. Like, I'm picking Leon, but every fight's different. Also, again, Usman had like 24 minutes of control time in the first fight and then got head kicked. So.
Also, do you guys really thought that Leon looked great in his last fights, man? I mean,
Colby, not amazing.
Also not against Usman, man. I mean, everybody was. It's like he did amazing.
Usman's good though, man. Like, I still think Usman's a good fighter. I mean, he made the.
Oh, for sure.
He made the Hamzat fight also majority decision, right? So, and Usman had 4 takedowns in the second fight. I forgot about that. He wasn't as effective, like, holding him down. But
also the first fight, if that Hail Mary head kick doesn't happen, Usman wins 4 of the 5 rounds.
Oh,
man.
Yeah. Usman, let me check what his control time he had. It was 10 minutes. I thought it was more than that. But, yeah, he pretty much dominated the grappling. So, all right. You're not going to go, Glenn. That's okay. I know. The times are steep. Okay, a couple other comments, guys. We'll take them. Let me just recap the card really quick. So, we had no consensus dogs. None on this card, which makes me sad. It's possible King Green could end up being a dog because the line keeps moving that way. So, he might end up being a dog. For dogs, though, I did pick Prachnio and Cape, and Marcel picked Muhammad. I think that's it right now at this point. Just keep that in mind. We didn't have the odds for the Bannon fight, but we think she'll be favored. What other fighters had statistical improvements across board 35 without steroids? That's all I'm saying. Probably some heavyweights that we can't think about. I mean, there's a lot of heavyweights to get better. I just think Bilal's really put the time in, man. I really do, But again, I mean, a lot of these fighters are taking stuff. I can't accuse the guy of doing it, but at the same time, I mean, these guys get caught all the time for this shit. So, yeah, listen, I'm not a huge Bilal fan either, like, to be honest, but I did see that video of him bringing that boy over from Palestine. Did you see that video?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, that broke my heart, man. I mean, it was sad to see. The kid had a broken leg and was like walking across the street with like this horrible limp. Like, the kid's never gonna be the same. And what's his name? Bilal started crying. There was like 2 videos this week of that. Bilal was crying in that one, and then there's one where Alex Pereira's cutting this kid's hair with cancer, and Pereira's like crying too. You saw that one?
I saw that too. Yeah.
Dude, this shit breaks my heart, man. It's so bad. I was like, why did you guys make me cry so much? So, anyways, these champions are amazing, man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm not picking him, so we'll see. All right, Marcel. Anything else you want to talk about, man, or you want to get out of here? Is there anything else?
I don't know. Maybe you want to do some fight announcements, but if you don't feel to, I don't mind. It's your thing.
No, we'll save them. We'll save them for next time. It's okay.
That's what she said. Okay.
Actually, wait. You know what? We have a card next week. Let's just do it really quick then. We'll do it.
Yeah, sure.
No worries. 1 second. Let me pull it up here. So really quick, guys. We'll do some fight announcements, like less than 5 minutes worth. Give your quick thoughts. All right, let's pull it up here.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Share screen. There he is. All right, Sharabola taking on Michal Oleksiejczuk. Yeah, so Nick Diaz and Luka's off. Did they move that fight yet to another card, or
Not yet.
Sheriff Bullet should be favored here? This fight's on really short notice. Yeah,
At the same time, I give Oleksiejczuk a good chance, dude.
He's got a chance. He's a great striker in the first round, right? He dropped Kevin Holland, although they didn't count that as a knockdown either for some reason. Yeah, I think Cher's going to win, though.
I'm actually happy that it solidifies me saying that Oleksiejczuk's fight shouldn't have been stopped against Holland.
Yeah. We got this fight. Oh, yeah, Raul Rosas Jr. against Arichi Lang. Yeah, another easy fight for Rosas, I think.
I don't mind.
Yeah, they're trying to get him to win in Noche. This fight's official. Evloev Sterling, a great fight. Great fight. I'm assuming you'll lean towards Evloev, right?
I think I will. Yeah, it's 3 rounds.
How do you not? I mean, the 18-0, 8-0 in the UFC. Yeah, I love Sterling, though, man. He's so good, dude. Kutalaba against this Ivan Ersling guy. I don't understand why the guy's in the UFC. I was looking at his record. He's like 2-2 in his last 4 fights. It's kind of weird to me. But he's all about knockouts, so. Chidi Njokuani goes Jared Gooden. I would say loser gets cut.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Chidi's the favorite here, but let's see.
This, by the way, likely in the Apex.
This fight.
12.
Price and Garimbo, same card.
Yeah.
Garimbo probably is the favorite in this fight. Garbrandt Johns, Marcel broke this fight.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, I think Johns, he'll probably end up being the favorite here, but I wouldn't count Cody out either.
No, definitely not. I think it's a close fight, man.
I agree. Gabriel Santos and Yi Jia. Yeah, I mean, this is an easy fight for Gabriel Santos.
The best 0-2 fighter in the UFC.
Yeah. Angelo Tabatarici, your girl. Good fight. Honestly,
Angela can win that fight.
I think Angela should be the favorite, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. She might get taken down hell, though. That's the thing, right? But Grant Dawson, Rafa Garcia. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is kind of like one of those fights where it could be a bad matchup for Grant. It possibly could be. Rafa's a tough dude, good wrestling, so interesting fight. Manuel Torres, Ignacio Bahamondes, great fight, eh? You like this one, huh?
Banger.
Torres will probably be favored. The record's undefeated in the UFC,
Yeah.
but I think Bahamondes is very good.
I agree.
I laughed at his name, Wang Kong. Against Victoria Leonardo, but probably Wang wins, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Yeah. Petrosky and Butka.
Petrosky.
I was shocked that they announced it so soon after the last fight, though.
Yeah.
I think they're cutting the loser of this fight. I honestly think so.
I think Butka was supposed to fight someone else, and Petrosky cut the fight on short notice pretty much.
Butka is so boring, dude. You say in Battle, I don't think we talked about this one yet, but good fight. Interesting fight. I like Battle a lot, though.
Me too, but you say we cannot underestimate the two, you know.
Not at all. Compares to this fight we talked about, and
that was it. I think.
I don't think we talked. Did we talk about this one? I can't remember.
I think we did, but I'm not sure.
I mean, it's an interesting fight. I honestly don't even know who's going to win this fight. I have no idea. I think they're both good. You ever lean in this one or no?
Yeah, it's 3 rounds actually. I mean, Alan requested 5. Imavov didn't want to have 5. So
I got to go this one more, but what do you say?
I kind of favor Allen here, but I know a lot of people favor Imavov. But we'll see.
I don't know. It's a tough one. This fight, it's funny how Perez calls out Kayla Harrison and gets this girl with like 1-0 record.
Yeah, so that's
I don't think the UFC is as high on her as she thinks they are. You know, that's what I think. Because she's not the most exciting fighter. And honestly, the Jocelyn Edwards fight was not that impressive, Marcel. Really
I agree.
Perez probably is favorite here, but I don't think she's that great. This fight's easy for Domingue. I think we talked about this one.
Yeah, we talked about it, and that one as well. Yeah.
We did. Yeah, I love that fight. That's a fun fight, though. I like that one. All right, guys, let's finish that. Anyways, so that's it for today's podcast. Really appreciate you guys all joining us. Just wanted to get some fight announcements in. Marcel, anything you got coming up this week, man?
Nothing, man, but I got to pee, so we're going to close.
Let's get out of here, guys. Appreciate everyone joining us as always. We'll be back next week. We'll recap 304 and then preview UFC Abu Dhabi. Until then, have a great week, everyone. Talk to you later. Peace.